Here with us now is U.S. Labor Secretary Eugene Scalia on what impact this deal will have on a host of groups, including farmers. The president kept pounding that today on the South Lawn of the White House. Secretary, very good to have you.
Good to be here.
Do you know where that figure came from, sir, the 176,000?
Well, the U.S. International Trade Commission took a careful look at the benefits we could expect from USMCA some time ago, and they're just immense. And in fact, we think the jobs could be, substantially higher than that, as many as 500,000 more U.S. jobs, GDP growth of 230 billion has been the estimate. It's an historic day, an historic achievement for the president who, as he said earlier, Neil, this is maybe the biggest factor for him just in deciding to run for president was his dissatisfaction with NAFTA, his belief that it was bad for American workers, costing us jobs, and he's turned that around. It's an historic day that comes in the midst of just a tremendous economy we have as well.
Secretary, I'm probably showing my age here, which I shouldn't admit, but I was there for the signing of the first NAFTA agreement and the way it was heralded with President Bill Clinton at the time. I can't believe that's a quarter century ago. And one of the things that was mentioned then were that it would be a boom to workers, particularly manufacturing workers. Didn't quite turn out that way, although it wasn't a total disaster. I mean, it depends on your perspective here. Do you think we're getting a little ahead of our skis on this with some of the lofty ambitions here?
This agreement has the best, most effective labor protections of any trade agreement ever struck anywhere in the world.
Well, as you know, Bill Clinton said the same 25 years ago. I'm not meaning to dispute you. I just said he also had high expectations about provisions that would protect U.S. factory workers. Didn't quite turn out that way.
Yeah, no, this is a totally different agreement. That's why the president was dissatisfied with NAFTA. That's why he set about negotiating these completely new terms. We've got labor provisions now that are a part in the main agreement. They're fully enforceable. That's a first. The head of the International Labor Organization, part of the UN, has said this agreement has better labor protections than any we've ever had before. What it's going to do is help ensure that Mexican workers have some of the same rights that we enjoy in this country, so that American workers are going to be competing on equal footing. We think you take the auto sector alone, it could mean 76,000 new jobs. I mean, this is an industry that was really hit hard under NAFTA. The president talked about it earlier, as he did talk about farmers too. And so we think there'll be great benefits. It's been very carefully crafted and negotiated to protect American jobs this time.
Secretary, well, I've got you here. Obviously, you're watching very closely what's happening in China, as is everyone else in the administration, and this virus. And I'm wondering if you're worried that it might crimp the Chinese ability to make good on the promises to buy as much as they've committed to buy from America. Most seem to be thinking that at the very least they're headed for a big slowdown because of this. The shoppers there have stopped shopping and people have stopped traveling, and that they could fall into slowdown, a recession, maybe worse. And then there's a worldwide economic pinch. What do you think?
Well, look, the Chinese obviously are very focused on addressing this problem. The president's being briefed regularly, is offering assistance. But, look, the same week that USMCA passed, we struck this agreement with China. So we have two historic trade agreements to start the year off. And it comes in the midst of just an unprecedented economy where we've got unemployment at a 50-year low, wages are rising, as the president mentioned a moment ago, particularly for lower wage workers. So, look, this is a health crisis in China that has to be addressed, but our economic prospects in this country right now have never been better. It's a great day as the president signs this legislation, but also just a great time for our economy and our workers.
I'd be remiss, and I was thinking of you, sir, and your dad, the former Justice Antonin Scalia, and the role that the Chief Justice has in this ongoing Senate impeachment trial. What do you think he would think of all of this?
Oh, my father? I think he'd love this economy we've gotten going right now, Neil. And
well, I guess more to the point, the impeachment process. I mean, it seems that the Chief Justice is relegated to a kind of ancillary role. He has to kind of do what the Senate wants, and I'm wondering whether he would have had any issues with that.
and I've just watched it fleetingly because honestly, I'm focused on the job I've got at the Labor Department. But I'll tell you that the role that Chief Justice Roberts is playing is very similar to what Chief Justice Rehnquist did. As you know,
right.
Roberts worked for, he was a clerk for Rehnquist, and I think is following that model.
No, I think you're right. I think you're right. Well, anyway, Secretary, very, very nice to have you. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Thank you, Neil.